kill it. What's up, everyone? This is K.Short, and welcome to this week's Phoenix Rising. What's up, y'all? It's K.Short. Welcome to Phoenix Rising over here on Peddler TV. I got Jay in the building.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. I know that we've been in familiar spaces and places thanks to Johnny Rios, putting on his shows with a lot of spoken word. I am Root over there. I know you'd be doing a lot of poetic soul too, doing all that stuff.
Right.
But this is going to be your first in-person interview. Are you a little nervous?
I'm not. I'm ready.
Okay, cool. I just want to double check. I was I want to make sure because I know it's your first experience. So you let me know if there's anything that you're like, want to move forward with. So, starting from the beginning, how'd you get to Arizona?
My dad's military, so
you do have a very military demeanor to you. Very strict,
So we moved out here my sophomore year in high school. So I went to Verrado on the west side. It's out like
far, far. Wait, Verrado is Verrado Way, right?
Right.
So you're all the way on Verrado, which is far. I know on Verrado Way they have a nice little coffee shop right there, right when you exit off.
They kind of have their own community actually, their own stores and everything.
So why'd your family choose all the way out there? Because I know we got Luke Air Force, but
honestly I don't know, and it kind of sucked because I didn't drive at the time because I was a sophomore, so no one wanted to come pick me up.
No.
It was too far. That was pretty.
So when you graduated from Verrado.
So when I graduated from Verrado, I went to Arizona State. That's when things really got popping.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning, y'all. So I know you for doing spoken word.
Right.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Was it always spoken word, or how did you find yourself on that path?
Right. So I used to just write poems, that they teach you in literature, real structured stuff. And I won this one competition. I think it was either in 6th or 7th grade. So that was cool. I read it in front of the whole school, and then I got published in this little book.
Okay.
But it wasn't really serious. And then I think it was 10th or 11th grade. That's when I started taking it serious because I was in a creative writing class, and then I was in my English class. We did a lot of stuff. And then my senior year, my creative writing teacher, he entered me into a competition because we used to have to write journal entries every day. He was like, your journal entries are really good, you really should get into this.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it's all good. So he entered me in the Chandler Gilbert Community College poetry slam or something like that. And I tried to back out of it. The day of, I was like, no, I'm not ready. I don't have my stuff memorized. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. And he was like, listen, my whole class period, you just go and you memorize your poem so you can get ready for tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So that was my first time ever really performing my stuff, and it wasn't so structured. It was rhythmic and everything.
Yeah.
So I went and I got 3rd place, and it was a whole bunch of grown-ups,
Wow.
they were adults, they were college students,
Wow.
they were old people, and I was 17 at the time, so I'm like, damn, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And it was just the feeling that I got from it. I was like, damn, I got to do this for real. And
so
that was my moment.
Did you know about spoken word at the time?
From videos and stuff, really what inspired me was Tupac, honestly.
Happy
all
birthday.
his little happy birthday. All his little I would just read little quotes from him, and then read his poems that weren't turned into songs and stuff, and so that's really what inspired me. And so that's kind of how I got into it. And then my teacher putting me in that competition, and actually me getting to experience, being on stage and, vibing with the crowd, that was it for me.
Yeah. So how many hours do you think they say it takes 10,000 hours to become a master. How many hours do you think you are in your journey?
I'm definitely not a master, but I don't know.
Maybe
I write all
1,000?
the time,
Yeah.
I got journals and journals of just stuff.
But performing is different.
That's different. I definitely haven't performed 2,000 hours. So I'll probably say realistically a performance time, probably only 2,000 hours.
Hey, but that's a lot more than the first hour people don't even do in the first place, right? So what made you want to continue with spoken word? I mean, how come it hasn't turned into a rap, or how come it hasn't turned into a song, or whatever the case? Or is it spoken word really just what speaks true to you?
Right. So for me, it's I think that rappers can be poets, and I think poets can be rappers, but I think it's important to keep it separate sometimes, to just be true to whatever your craft is. And sometimes it's separate than music,
Yeah.
Me, I like to talk about stuff that is political, religious. I like to, you know, evoke a lot of emotions from people, whether it's negative or not. You know, I just want you to feel something from what I'm saying, you know. And sometimes that's not going to be on beat. You know, sometimes it's not going to be like catchy. It might not be, you know, it just might not, you know, be like radio play. So I just write.
Yeah. What is your favorite piece so far, or what's your favorite piece so far, and what is the one that you think gets the biggest reactions from people?
This piece I do called Soul Food, I think gets a lot of reactions because it's just like, you know, when you're in a relationship, getting soul food out of it, not like being someone's eye candy, not being someone's filler, not being, you know, just someone I can put on my arm or someone that, you know, we take great pictures together. It's like deeper than that, you know, like what's your credit score? Do we vibe together? Do we have the same vision?
What's your credit score?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real stuff. And it's just like, so people can relate to that because, you know, we're older now and it's just, you know, I can't date you because you look good. I can't date you because you drive a cool car. Like, that just doesn't cut it anymore.
I can't date you because you got a lot of followers.
Exactly, you know. So, you know, how much do you have as much money as you have followers? You
right,
know?
right.
Like, it's just interesting stuff to know, you know. People put emphasis on the wrong things. And so I think that poem really is, you know, the crowd likes it. My favorite poem, though, would be called New Religion. And so that's basically where I dabble, like, oh, I think you heard it. I mean, it was at the event. I know you were hosting. You were doing
so I was probably drinking. But, that's right. I was definitely drinking that event.
You know, so but it's just like, you know, when did murder become the new religion? That's my opening line, and it's just like, you know, we're out here getting murdered. You know, all the time. We're not asking for it. You know, we don't like it. We don't want it. Like, why are you doing it religiously? You know, so like. That's my favorite piece.
Dang, that's deep.
You know?
Would you, wait, now we on camera, would you be down to perform one of those?
You know, in this next 10 minutes.
Awesome. So I kind of want to touch base on this because this is really important to me. And so, like I said, if you don't feel comfortable with it, that's cool. We could just make a left turn. But it is Pride Month. I did just put a post up called Black, Queer, and Proud from Spotify. And I was saying, man, that's just awesome, you know, because now it's like, I was talking to True, and I was like, do you think it's a trend, though? Do you think it's just something that's like, you know, because I was telling her, I was like, back in the day, you know, when girls were 15, everyone was bi at the time, you know? And, like, it was cute because they want to get some dude's attention. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shoot.
I'm just kidding. She didn't do that.
The death stare.
But I just want to, you know, be honest and be real because, like, let's talk about this. Like, you and I sitting in front of each other right now, we are living lives that aren't very normal, as most people will say. And I'm very curious as to what was your journey like, you know, moving through, figuring out your identities. And now I'm sure you're portraying it in your art and in your spoken word.
Yeah, so my parents are preachers.
Ooh.
So
and military.
You know, so it's like, so that was kind of rough. Like, I've pretty much always, like, dressed this way. I've always been, like, true to myself, right? But I just kept lying about it. Because at some point, it's just like, you know, you ain't brought a boy home. Like, what's up? And so, you know, they was asking, you know, are you gay or do you like girls? They were just asking so many different questions in so many different ways. And I just kept lying. Because my dad growing up, he had 3 rules. He would pay for your college if you didn't get married, because, like, after you get married, like, your husband should probably pay for it at that point, or you should figure it out because you're grown. You can't fail any classes because if you fail, like, you're just wasting his money. And then, what was it? You can't get pregnant. And I'm just like, well, damn, like, that's not really going to affect me. You know, like,
you're like, I'm good.
I'm going to keep up with my grades. Like, I'm not about to get married no time soon. The law hasn't even passed yet. You know, at that time, that's what I was thinking. And, like, pregnancy is, like, not even possible, right? So, but that was my fear, is like, you know, what if he, like, throws in this little 4th rule for me? You feel me? And so I just wanted to get through college and everything. But at one point, I was at my desk. I think I was, like, 18. And I was at my desk at work. And I had just texted my parents. And I was like, you know, I'm sorry, like, for lying to you. But I did it because I felt like, you know, I had to, like, I wanted to protect you guys, or because I didn't want to disappoint you. You know, like, that's my biggest thing is, you know, yeah, we're family and everything, but it sucks to, like, know you disappoint someone. You know how, like, you're going to get a whooping, and you're just like, all right, cool, I'll get a whooping.
I'd rather take the whooping.
Or I'll get grounded or whatever, but, like, for my dad to look at me and be like, you know, like, I'm just disappointed. Like, that sucks even worse for me. So, like, I didn't want to disappoint anybody, but I felt like, you know, I just had to be true to myself at that point, you know. So I was honest with them about that, and then it kind of moved forward ever since. They're still not really, like, they're not supportive of it, but it's not, they know, you know, so it's just like, it is what it is.
So you told him when you were 18, you
Yeah.
said? And how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
25.
Okay, 25, cool. So 18, like, for one, do you have any other siblings?
Yeah, 2 sisters and a brother. I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Yeah.
So they reacted to it how, though? They were just like,
Well,
what was the reaction? And did you start telling your siblings first?
Yeah, like, so my siblings pretty much knew, and one day I was driving with my sister, and I was driving her car. I only had a permit, so she had to be in the car, and I kept getting all these text messages, and she was like, do you want me to just reply to it for you? And I was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, because it was my girlfriend. So finally I was like, yo, I have something to tell you. And she was like, okay. And I was like, keep looking straight, okay? Like, do not look at me. So I'm driving, and she's over here, and I'm just like, you know, just don't look at me. And she was like, okay. I was like, whew. I'm gay. And she was like, is that it? And she was like, everyone's known that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and so we just kind of moved forward from there. So, like, my siblings were cool, and they, like, kept my secrets and, you know, would lie for me or whatever. And so that was cool. It was just really just my parents.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So you end up going to ASU.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they paid for it.
Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
We're good.
Because you followed all the rules.
Right.
Okay. So with that said, what degree did you end up getting? What did you pursue? And were you still doing spoken word at the time?
Yeah, so I got a bachelor's in communication.
Nice.
ASU, so like I told you, so I got into spoken word really that first performance that my teacher made me do during my senior year. So then it kind of carried into ASU. So like all summer I was like performing at this place called Doc's Place at the time, and they were throwing, you know, monthly shows. So that was pretty cool. I was doing that consistently. And then when I got to ASU, I found the club Black Artists and Designers. And so they did a lot of poetry events and everything. So that's kind of how I got, you know, a little following was through ASU.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So we were talking about your spoken word, and you know, just being a pure consumer and observer. It seems like a lot of your pieces are about love.
Yes.
Was there an experience that happened that inspired those pieces?
Well, like my love pieces, well, any piece honestly that I write, it's inspired by like something that I've gone through. You know, so it's all genuine. It's all like real life experiences. I never drop any names or anything like that, but like, you know, everything is inspired by real life experiences. Love, I actually don't like to talk about so much because like you said, like so many people can talk about it. So if I have like a big show, I'm going to talk more about politics or religion or just something crazy, you know? But lately I have been focusing on love just because like you said, it's unanimous, you know? It's like a language everyone speaks. It's something everyone's gone through. We've all been through a heartbreak. We've all fell in love. We've all, you know, felt some kind of feelings, been sprung, you know, thought it was love and it wasn't, you know, been attracted to people who aren't attracted to us, you know, people be attracted to us and we don't want them. Just different situations. And I just feel like there's so many situations of love to talk about. So lately I've been trying to just talk about what I know.
So what have you come up with so far about love? What is your truth?
My truth?
With love.
With love, I think that love works if you work it. You know, like you have to put in the time. You know, soulmates are precious.
Soulmates, plural?
I think everyone has a soulmate. I was just saying in general soulmates, but like your soulmate is precious. You know, like you're only going to find, I feel like you're only going to find it one time. You know, that's just my opinion. And then I think that you got to accept everyone, you got to learn everyone's love language. Like the people you're interested in loving, like you have to know their love language because if you don't love them in a way that they can recognize love, like it's not love to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then you have to recognize like they're loving me in the way that they know how, so I have to kind of be receptive to it even if I don't recognize this as love sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to like speak their language too.
Yeah.
Get to know people on that level. So
Yeah.
that's what I've learned.
Yeah, nice. So with spoken word, what is the spoken word community like? I see it, but I'm not in it. You know, so what is the spoken word community like? Is there one in Phoenix? Obviously there is, you know, but for those who are watching and who aren't very in tune with the local culture, what is it like for just a newcomer coming into the game?
I think it's here in Phoenix, I think it's like really welcoming, you know, especially with Q's Poetic Soul event every Wednesday. So anybody can get on the mic, you know, and it's kind of like your family's watching you. Like that's how he creates his crowd is like, it just feels like your family.
Yeah.
And so people are going to vibe with you regardless, you know, and I think stuff like that is really how you practice your craft, really how you practice new poems that maybe you're not so comfortable with, or if you're a newcomer, you know, that's how you get on the mic and you just meet new people and people will, you know, mess with you and, you know, follow you and talk to you when you get off stage. So I think it's pretty welcoming here. But Yeah.
What is spoken word and what is not spoken word?
I mean, to me, spoken word is just like, it's my thoughts and my poetry that I write down. But for me, I'm rhythmic with my technique.
So not
it's
everyone
like,
has to be rhythmic.
No.
No.
But yeah, it's just like kind of having a rhythm, but you don't have a beat to it. It's like you're just creating your own like flow, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what it is to me.
What's the big vision for you with spoken word?
I mean, I want to do it full time, but I have to, have some steps to take before I can do that.
I mean, and I don't know because that's not the path I'm going down, but
Right.
what are those steps? What does it look like for someone to be successful in spoken word?
I feel like I have to get a bigger platform, a bigger following. And then I'm working on a book. I'm trying to publish it before the end of the year. Just get more merchandise, really. And once I have a bigger following and merchandise to sell at the shows and stuff like that, I think I'll be set.
Yeah.
Once other people want to book me for their venues or events or whatever,
So it's just kind of like the path of like motivational speaking, I guess you can say. But I mean, I'm just trying to think of what's
somewhat like they're creating books and they have to sell them and they, have to get such a big buzz that, schools want to, have them speak there and different events want to have them come and speak. Yeah.
Okay. Is it just spoken word that you want to pursue? Is there anything else that you'd like to pursue in your lifetime?
I dabble a little bit in music.
Just a little bit.
You're
like, yeah, I'm gonna put that there.
Just a little bit.
Is that something that you want to dabble more into?
Yeah, definitely. It's just something I want to polish up, though.
Yeah. Is it singing? Is it playing instruments? Is it producing? Is it?
Yeah, the production side.
The production side of it. I mean, like, just gotta let me know. There's people that
I feel you.
That press the buttons, and I think that's like the hard part about it is like a lot of people don't ask. It's just like
right.
You can't. What did they say? You say closed mouths don't get fed.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
So we were talking about when you first came in. You were talking about like the Phoenix community and the Phoenix collective creative community, and this is something that I've been wanting to get on record. Just because I'm also new, like just coming back from Phoenix. I mean, coming back from Flagstaff, I was just like, yo, it feels some type of way here. And I was just like, why is that? And I couldn't really put my finger on it for a long time. And I'm just like right now and I'm in research and development. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? And how can I change the game so it's not like this anymore? Because as we were talking about, there's a lot of creatives in LA and New York and doing those things. And I feel like we can have that too. But I don't know what it is in Phoenix. So what is your observations with the community?
Yeah, so I feel like as far as like the open mics and newcomers being able to get on and stuff like that, that's not a problem. But I feel, the community could grow so much more if we were willing to collaborate, because that's how you get a bigger platform, collaborating. And then everyone just thinks, I'm the chosen one and I got to do my thing because if y'all are doing y'all's thing, y'all are taking away from my shine.
Yep.
And it really don't got to be like that, because there's money out here for everyone. There's, time and talent and stages out here for everyone to rock, microphones for everyone to rock, just everyone has different opportunities, and the way that you're going to do something isn't the way that I'm going to do it. And so you can't really let that be a threat, So I just think once we're willing to collaborate and really like letting down our guards and just being open to different people, it'll be all good.
So if you could give advice to your younger self over at Verado or any other young artists that want to get into spoken word, what would it be?
Really just do it. The one thing I would change is using my platform at ASU differently. Like I really would have got my Twitter popping back then. I would have got my Instagram popping back then and really like been a social media guru.
Yeah.
So like by now I would have way, way more, a bigger platform than I do. Just go after it. The sooner you know what you want to do, just pursue it and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it.
Definitely.
Because we create our lives.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no rules.
And so, well, I mean, I was thinking about that. I feel like, because I was saying, like, if I was at NAU and I knew what I knew today, it'd be a completely different game. But I think that was the beauty of that journey. It's just like, even then, we didn't even have influencers back then either. We saw social media, we saw what it was, we thought it was fun, so we took pictures of our food. You know what I mean? But I don't think we even understood the power of social media at that point when we were in school. So it's just like, I completely agree. If I could go back, I'm like, man, would have killed it at NAU. Like, this is what it is. But, I mean, that's life. You know what I mean? So is there anything about your journey that you want people to know about but don't necessarily, understand the struggle, the everyday struggle of what it means to be a spoken word artist?
Ooh.
Working that 9 to 5, I could tell you that.
Yeah, that is a big one, too. But it's just like, you work so hard for other people and other corporations and stuff, and you just have to come home and work for yourself, you know? And that's one thing that I'm focusing more on, you know, I'm trying to be better at is, you know, after I work from 7:30 to 6 p.m., you know, I still have to do something for myself, whether that's, you know, writing a poem, writing a quote, you know, just doing something, because I can't further someone else's dream and not further mine. You know, that's why I'm where I am.
Yeah.
You know, you got to work towards everything that you want every single day. So
Definitely. Awesome. What is the book going to be about?
The first book, honestly, I think it's going to be about love and the different lessons that you learn from different types of love.
Are you currently in love right now?
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, you're not on the market.
Not right now, but still, you know, follow me. Still hit the follow.
Okay, but let's talk about the follow button. It says, try not to fall in love. What's that
Ooh,
about?
My bio, just Jay, try not to fall in love. I mean, because realistically...
So they're saying they're basically a player right now.
I'm not a player, but this is what it is, though. You know, I think when you have the gift of gab and you have the gift of words, you know, it's easy to be charming to people, and so people get the wrong impression. So, you know what I'm saying? Friends often want to be more than friends.
I'm
but
sure.
It's not anything that, you know, I'm insinuating. It's just, I'm Jay, you know.
Okay.
That's the vibe.
All right. Awesome, Jay. So where can they find you and put that follow button at?
Unflawed Soul, UNFLAWEDSOUL. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, and then just Jay Tatum on Facebook.
Awesome. So we actually go get a quick little snippet of one of your pieces, and then we're just gonna, you know, so you can see what we've been talking about this whole time. So get yourself ready.
All right.
You can go practice in the back real quick.
All right.
But I'll throw this snippet to you so you can put it on the Instagram, put it on the YouTube, whatever that looks like. But we'll do a quick video for them to see.
All right, for sure.
Awesome. It's like, Jay, so thank you so much for being on the show, for being on Phoenix Rising. I really appreciate it. Again, make sure to go follow them over at all those Instagrams. I'm going to put that at the bottom, put in a link in the description, and make sure to follow them. When you see them out over in the street, say hi, go to those Poetic Souls, go to the I Am Root events. Is there any events that you're going to be putting on soon?
I don't have any titles or anything yet, but I will let you know. I'll
Dope.
definitely let you know.
Dope. Awesome. Again, thank you so much for watching Phoenix Rising. My name is K.Short. You can follow me at everything K.Short Talks, and we'll see you in the next episode of Phoenix Rising on Peddler TV.
All right, this piece is called New Religion. When did murder become the new religion? Baptizing men, women, and children with the shells of your bullets, begging them to bow down and obey your gun the same way that Christians bow down and obey our God regardless. You're still gonna pull the trigger right after you whisper, respect me, nigga. And I say nigga because we're the only sinners, continuously committing the sin of having overly pigmented skin that we just refuse to apologize for. Tell me, when did murder become the only option? Because I could have sworn that's why you were given batons and tasers too, but why put those to use when murder is easily excused when using the excuse that you felt threatened? Threatened by the little boy who had no weapon, or threatened by the boy who put his hoodie on in the rain as protection. See, it seems as though murder has become an obsession, and if black bodies mixed in blood is your idea of perfection, let me tell you that shit is inhumane. See, I've lost track of the hashtags and I've lost track of the names. I lost track of the numbers and I've lost track of the mothers who have lost their sons, daughters, husbands, and brothers to a full clip that you couldn't wait to grip and get off of your hip. See, I shouldn't have to have a peace of mind in order to have peace of mind. See, me and my nephew, instead of talking about the birds and the bees, we talk about the nooses in the trees. We talk about how the bullets fly in the breeze. I tell him to keep his pockets empty, and sometimes it's better for him to just get down on his knees if he doesn't think that he can outrun them. He looked me dead in my eye and said, Auntie, outrun who? And at that point, I had no clue. All I could tell him is sometimes the devil isn't always dressed in red. Sometimes the murderer will be dressed in blue. That's why you need to be careful no matter what you do, because I don't want you to end up like those stories on the news, the stories that had become so typical for the black individual. See, I was raised in the church, but if murder is your new religion, then fuck it, I just want to be spiritual. I would rather burn some incense and practice some rituals. See, I need to have peace of my own. I need to have peace that I own, that can be found in this world and not just in the peace that I own. See, if murder is your new religion, don't baptize me, don't sacrifice me, just leave me alone. Because it is clear that we do not pray to the same God, nor do we have the same vision. To you, I will be nothing more than the typical black individual. And if murder is your new religion, then fuck it. From today forward, Jay Tatum is just spiritual.